pro boxing fans will be here in London, in central London, for a plush party by Undisputed, the game. First of all, Dave, are you a gamer? Have you played much of it? What you like? I bet you're not good, really. Look at your age, mate. You can't be that good at game. It's probably Theo, your son, that's better than you, right?
I can't beat him. My son keeps beating me, and do you know what's worse? He's beating me in my own gym on the game, and it's like sometimes I get close. I'll drop him a couple of times and things like that, but they end up knocking me out. I just can't beat him. And I've tried everybody.
Big up Undisputed though. The reason why we're here tonight. Look, Ash Habib, the owner, had a vision, and that vision's played out perfectly. A lot of people that I speak to tonight love the game. People that I speak to that I play against love the game. I'm absolutely crap, to be fair.
Me and you, that'll be a good game.
That'll probably be a good game. But yeah, I'm not very good, to be fair, but I don't have much time to play. But when I do play, it's enjoyable. But listen, big up Undisputed, man. They've actually set a vision and they've achieved it massively.
Yeah, and then some. It started off as a little idea. I mean, I've been involved with them for years now, and to watch it grow to what it is, and now we're in London, and you got some serious faces down here. Some a little bit worse for the wear.
We won't mention no names.
So yeah, it's fantastic. It's been a great achievement. Now they've linked up with Riyadh season as well. It's just going from strength to strength. They've got a lot more ideas about what they want to do as well within the sport. It's exciting.
Let's talk a little bit about boxing whilst we're here. It is cold, but you're right next to a heater. That's why I placed you there, so you could actually talk. Talk to me about, first of all, February 22nd. Beterbiev, Bivol. That's the first part I want to talk about. Talk to me about that one. Now we're a little bit closer. We're 2 weeks away, right? Or 3 weeks away. Yeah, 3 weeks away. 3 weeks. Remember, it was start of Feb, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So 3 weeks away. So just tell me, where's your mind at right now in regards to Beterbiev versus Bivol rematch?
So the first fight, I thought I leant towards Bivol, and then when I watched it, I was there. I kind of thought Bivol won the fight as well, but it was one of those that could have gone either way. But I remember 5 rounds into the fight, I think I was with Callum Simpson, we were working at the Sky, I think, and about 5 rounds in, I said, I can't understand why Beterbiev's not going to the body. I was really surprised with that. And then towards the end of the fight, he started dragging Bivol into a fight. Now, I think in the rematch, Beterbiev starts going to the body earlier to try and drag him in to a fight earlier. But at the same time, so that gives him an advantage to me. But at the same time, I also think that after being in with the monster, tasting the power and knowing you can take the power, and he hung in there well, and in a lot of the exchanges, I thought Bivol came off on top in a lot of the exchanges. I think confidence-wise, Bivol will be even more confident going into the fight. They're both so intelligent, and they've got great teams that understand boxing. They'll have been watching the fight back countless times and looking at what they can improve on. Both fighters will be better. I think the time since gives Beterbiev's knee injury to recover properly, so nothing's rushed. I don't know. I think it's going to be a better fight, but I just don't know who's going to win. I genuinely don't know who's going to win this time.
A lot of people have interviewed,
and I can't wait.
It's a tough one to call. Look, I can't really call this part of any undercard because Dubois Parker can't be an undercard. It's a co-main, obviously. We'll have to name it because he's a world champion now, you know what I mean? So you can't be calling him a undercard fighter. But there's a lot of talk about Daniel Dubois and Alexander Usyk in the future. And we saw what...
Excellent judge. Excellent.
Always was. Excellent. There we go. Dempsey saying excellent judge.
One of the very best.
One of the very best you are, mate. But yeah, talk to me about that one. Daniel Dubois, obviously, there is talk about the Usyk fight, but this Parker fight, man, it's a very interesting fight. How do you see this one playing out?
What a good fight, mate. What a good fight. You've got Dubois, who right now is happy to go in there and kick the shit out of anybody. He's got full confidence in himself. He is an immensely powerful fighter. Got a good jab, great right hand, vicious body puncher. But then in Parker, I think he's one of the most improved fighters on the planet. You know, Andy Lee's done a great job on him, psychologically as well as tactically and boxing ability-wise. He's got dimensions to him. He can box. He knows how to smother. He knows how to spoil his way through the rough moments as well. And he's got good legs. And if Parker wins the fight, it doesn't surprise me. I'm not saying he's going to win the fight. I don't know who wins the fight. Again, this is why I love this card, because you keep going through the fights and you're thinking, oh, you can see both men winning the fight. That doesn't mean you're sitting on the fence getting splinters. It means that you can see how both men win the fight. And what I will say I'm quite confident in is if Dubois doesn't get rid of him inside the first 5-6, then I could see Parker outboxing him. And I can see Parker beating him.
I don't want to go through the rest of the card because we're here to enjoy ourselves. But look,
one fight I cannot wait for. Madrimov versus Ortiz.
You know, a lot of people wouldn't even say that, to be fair, but what a fight it is.
That is a fight. Because that is a top quality fight. Unbelievable. And do you know what? I will say who I think to win that one. I fancy Madrimov to beat Ortiz.
Interesting. I do want to ask you, we got to ask you this question. Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr., April 22nd, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. There's a lot of talk about, this rehydration clause at 170. You're a trainer, you've sort of seen and been in gyms where, things like this might have been implemented. How much of an effect is this going to have on Chris Eubank Jr.? Because this seems to be the biggest talking point of this big fight right now.
Realistically, I don't know, because I don't know what Eubank goes up to after a fight. Some fighters will put on 6-7 pounds, some put on 10 pounds, some put on like 12 to 15 pounds. So I don't know, and it's the next morning. So then if it's 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30 in the morning they do it, then they've got the rest of the day to hydrate anyway. But I'm not a fan of rehydration clauses. The IBF use it, and I get it. If you're fighting for IBF title, I get it, it's their rules. But the reason why I'm not a fan of it is that, especially when it's not for the IBF title, the reason why I'm not a fan of it is because if you're agreeing to fight at a certain weight, and if you're wanting to go and say, I'm going to fight that big guy up there, then you're doing it because you feel you can beat that big guy up there, and he's the bigger guy, that's it. But then you can't then say, I'm not that you can't, you can, but then for me, it's like, if you're going to go and pick on a bigger guy, don't then try and diminish his strengths. So then you're not actually getting the big guy at how he would normally be. You're getting him at a weaker version, and then you're gonna, give yourself an advantage. Now I understand Conor's a little guy coming up a couple of weight divisions. I get that, but he's not. He is at a disadvantage because it's a naturally bigger guy, like heavyweights are. Like, if you're a small cruiserweight but too big for a light heavyweight, there's a big jump from that division to the next. So you might be giving away a few pounds. I get that. Conor's giving away natural size, but he's not depleting himself. By the time he gets in the ring, he can feel himself fully, and he can be the best that he can be at that division as he's built into it. Whereas potentially Eubank could be drained at the weight and not being able to fully recover after. But again, I saw an interview where I think Eddie said that Eubank said that he only puts on, I can't remember, it goes up to about 168 or something like that. Well, if that's the case, then a 10 pound rehydration clause doesn't have an effect on him. So,
That's the timing of the weigh-in. Does that matter? Because we don't know that right now, do we?
The time of the second weigh-in, yeah, of course, because that'll, affects what you can put into your body. But once you've agreed to it, at the end of the day, if Eubank's agreed to a rehydration, that's it. You can't complain. Once you agree to it, you can't. It's like when if a fighter's carrying an injury going into a fight. Once you've agreed, I'm going to carry on and go in with the fight, you can't then say, well, I got beat because of that. So if Conor Benn goes in there and splashes Eubank, then, well, Chris, you agreed to do the rehydration clause. That's how it is. But it's one of those. It's I'm not a fan if it's not an IBF title fight, because you won't do it. It's not an IBF world title fight, so you know.
Fair enough. Final one before you go. What do you believe? I'll speak to Alex. Alex Krasic is right behind you. I said your guys clocked the game. He's on his own. Doesn't really need to fight no more. Obviously, but he said to me, listen, he's coming back. Don't worry. In other words, he's coming back. He's not going to retire right now. I want to ask you though, where does Anthony Joshua go from at this present time? Because as far as we know, Tyson Fury is not coming back into the ring, and there's no indication of any fights or any negotiations happening right now. What do you feel like is going on, or what happens with AJ in this whole midst of Tyson Fury retiring and Alexander Usyk looking elsewhere?
Well, he's got to come back with a meaningful fight. I've heard Turkey saying that he wants to do the Wilder fight. Everybody watched that. Wilder's an absolute shell of his former self, but you'd still watch it because it's AJ versus Wilder. There's a certain Martin Bakoli out there. That's a good fight. That's a good fight for him, you know. So there are fights out there. He doesn't deserve a shot at the winner of Parker and Dubois if he doesn't come back with a good win, because he's just got absolutely hammered for a world title. So he doesn't deserve a shot to walk straight into another world title fight. But there are fights out there that he could take if he wants to come back and if he wants to do that.
Cool. On that note, we're going to call it a night. It is cold. I think, you know, a few of your boys want to go home. I think Hopi was saying, listen, I think I want to just call it a night. But I think they're a bit lightweight.
Our train's a little bit later, to be honest, so we've got a bit of a wait.
You're going back home, what?
Yeah.
Back?
Yeah, back, yeah.
My God, mate. You guys are crazy, innit?
Yeah, I'm up early in the morning, mate. I'm up early in the morning.
Fair enough. All right, listen, Dave, it's a pleasure, mate. Thank you very much for your time.
Just want to say thanks for making an effort with your dress. Yeah.
I got no.
You know?
Listen, Dave. I never got told there's a black tie event.
You can't see him, but you can see his arm.
It's a smart cash top. No, but it is a smart cash top. It looks nice on a normal day, but unfortunately, I didn't get the memo.
What day? Sunday.
Oh, mate, come on. I look
Sunday
alright.
lounging in front of the TV. On your couch.
No, but listen, I didn't get the memo.
It's one step above your PJs, that.
I spoke to Ash about it. He was cool by it. So as long as he's cool by it, it's fine. yeah, that's true. But listen, Dave, always a pleasure, mate. I'll speak to you soon. I'll probably see you at a show soon. Are you flying out for the Riyadh card?
Yes.
Wicked. I'll see you there then, mate. So, man, Dave Coldwell. Cheers, mate.